Alright, good afternoon and welcome to the FGCU live stream. FGCU versus St. Leo on this Saturday afternoon. In the circle, we have Riley Oakes catching Neely Peterson. First base, Jordan Gendron. Second base, Hope Hernandez. Third base, Taylor Villa. Shortstop, Reedy Davenport. And out in the field, we have Mckenna Batterton, left field. Center field, Avery Viancos. And right field, Kana Davis. That ball is bunted. And in time for the first out for the FGCU Eagles. Up to bat, we have number 6, Hope Epps, the freshman from Callahan, Florida. Oakes getting that outside corner. Last night, the pitchers were aiming for that spot, but it was inconsistently being called. And caught looking for the second out for the FGCU Eagles. Oakes strikes out the freshman. First pitch strikes for Oak. And that ball is in time for the third out for the FGCU Eagles. Eagles having a tight defense in inning 1 here. Playing that bunt defense well. Oakes with the strikeout. And a hard grounder. Fielded. Thrown in time for the out. Let's see how St. Leo responds with their defense. To start things off for the Eagles, we have number 4, Avery Viancos, the freshman from Orlando, Florida. Viancos, a slapper, as a freshman, leading off. Takes that one for a strike, 1-1 now. Big swing there from Viancos. And that's a strikeout for the first out for the St. Leo. Number 17, Hope Hernandez, the graduate student, hoping to pick her teammate up there after she goes down. That ball getting in there, 1-1 now for Hope Hernandez. Morgan Shannon, the pitcher, sophomore from Claremont, Florida. A protective swing there from Hope Hernandez, found that ball off the third base side. That ball is hit up foul, just out of play, as the St. Leo player makes it in the way of the FGCU dugout. A great track there from the third baseman. That really shows that you never give up. You just got to keep going for that ball until something stands in your way. 1-2 now for the graduate student. That ball hit up the middle of the field for a single for Hope Hernandez. Number 42, Kana Davis up at the plate. That ball fouled out of play for 2 strikes. Kana Davis, a redshirt senior from Harrisonburg, Virginia. Runners on 1 with 1 out. That ball coming inside for the first ball for Davis. That ball gets away. Hope Hernandez going for third and makes it safe. A good read there from Hope Hernandez. Looked like the throw was just a little bit offline there for the shortstop to try and tag Hernandez, stealing from second. Just gets away. The ball was lost. Hernandez taking her shot at third and gets there safe. Pays off. Runners in scoring position for Davis. That ball is hit. Right fielder tries to dive for it. Ball gets away. And Davis slides in to second for a double, driving in Hernandez from third. Reedy Davenport up to bat with runners on second. FGCU now has 1 run. In last night's game, Reedy Davenport hitting 2 runners in. That ball fouled off again. Davenport now with 2 strikes. Davenport takes a huge hack there right over the center fielder's head, making it to the wall. Davis able to score on that one as well. FGCU now 2-0 over St. Leo. Taylor Filla taking the first pitch strike there, the senior from Fort Myers, Florida. Davenport making it back quick after the catcher sees her lead off. Second base knows her catcher's arm, ready to throw it. Two strikes on the senior now. Again, trying for that inside corner there. Umpires not calling it. Last season, Morgan Shannon, the pitcher, an ERA of .85 with 2 wins and 2 losses. Also plays as a hitter, batting a .318 on the season. Full count on the senior. Taylor Filla battling up there. Runners on second with 1 out. Davenport ready to score for anything hit into the outfield. Draws a walk. Runners now on first and second. Jordan Gendron now up to bat. Last night she hit 2 runners in, getting herself a stand-up double after hitting a line drive to left field. Left fielder took a bad step and dropped that ball, allowing runners to advance and score 2 runs. Gendron, let's see her approach with runners on second and first, with only 1 out. As a sophomore, Gendron appeared in 24 games last season, making 10 starts. Batted a .207 with 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 home run, and 3 RBIs. Watches that ball in, 2-1 now. Gendron's home run came against UCF, and she finished the game with 2 RBIs. That ball fouled out of play. 2-2 now. Gendron hitting that ball right in the hole between the center fielder and the shortstop, driving in Reedy Davenport from second base. Looks like the coach is coming out to communicate a little bit. Looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication on St. Leo's defense. Just not communicating with each other, not knowing who's going to get that spot covered. Runners on first and second with Neely Peterson coming up to bat for the Eagles. Here we go, Neely Peterson with 1 out and runners on first and second. Her approach here should be very confident. That ball popped up. And the catcher makes the catch for the second out for St. Leo. That ball power slap from Oaks right to the center fielder there. Amazing hit, getting her hands right through the ball, standing up on second base with runners on second and third now. Mckenna Batterton up at the plate. Morgan Shannon trying for that outside corner on all of the lefty batters so far. Not able to get that spot called yet. Mckenna Batterton, the senior from Norco, California, last season named the ASUN All-Academic Team. She started in all 37 games that she appeared in, batted a .324, which was second on the team, and scored 16 runs while hitting 3 doubles, 3 triples, and 11 RBIs. She went 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts and produced a perfect fielding percentage, all in left field. Batterton had 53 putouts with 2 assists, 9 multi-hit games, and tied her season twice with 3 RBIs against North Florida on 2 occasions, back in March and April. Two and two, with 2 outs and runners on second and third in scoring position. Batterton feeling a little bit of pressure here, as well as Morgan Shannon trying to shut out these batters and trying to trust her defense. That ball hit to second base, tracks that ball and gets the third out for the Lions to stop the bleeding that FGCU Eagle has placed over their defense. Score is 4-0. FGCU in the lead over the Lions. An eventful inning for the Eagles. Hope Hernandez starts it off by getting on base, steals second, and after a missed throw, takes third. After that, Kana Davis hits Hope Hernandez in from third base and gets herself a sliding in double. Following after that, Reedy Davenport hits Kana Davis in, getting herself a double. Jordan Gendron cleaning it up, hitting Reedy in. And then right after that, Riley Oaks power slapping to center field. Here we are to start things off now for the Lions. Alexandra Hare, number 3, the junior from Trinity, Florida. taking a hack at the first pitch, getting herself a foul. That ball right in there to get ahead of the count, ahead of Hare. 2 strikes now in the junior. A good eye there from Alexandra Hare, watching that ball go up. Two and two now. Hare working the count here, seeing some pitches, trying to get that count back, stay confident after getting 2 strikes early. Last year on the season, Alexandra Hare batted a .283 with 26 hits, 4 of them being doubles, and 12 RBIs. Caught looking. Riley Oakes getting that inside corner right on the river. That spot was a very good spot to trick up the batter. Didn't realize that it was going to be within strike 3 for the first out for the FGCU Eagles. Following off for 2 strikes here now on the junior. Yet another foul. Riley Oakes getting ahead of these batters early in the count. That ball just missing the inside corner for Oakes. Hit to Reedy Davenport at shortstop, and the throw is in time for the second out for the Eagles. Great play there from Reedy Davenport, keeping that ball tight and secure, making the throw to Jordan Gendron at first. 2 outs here for the Eagles. Number 1, Bailey Williams, the senior from Newport Richey, Florida. Slapping here for the Lions. That ball a little bit choked up there, got jammed on the inside pitch, got her hands up. However, the ball was grounded right to the pitcher, right to Riley Oakes, able to make the throw in time for the third out. Score is 4-0, FGCU in the lead over St. Leo. And the top of the lineup here for the Eagles, number 4, Avery Viancos. Viancos attempting a bunt, pulls it back, but is called a strike on the outside corner for the first pitch strike. A big swing there from Viancos for the second strike. 2 strikes now. Viancos changing her approach a little bit, staying confident, staying in this at-bat here, trying to work the count. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. First out for the Lions. Hope Hernandez looking to do some damage again and pick up her teammate. That ball hit over to the third base side. Left field line caught by the shortstop for the second out for the Lions. Looks as though the Lions have reconvened and changed their approach on the field. It looks like they're a little bit more tight now, getting these outs executed. Kana Davis hoping to break through this defense here. Davis taking a different approach here, seeing more pitches. 2 balls on her with 2 outs, nobody on. Three balls here for Davis, really working the count. And there's the first strike on Davis, 3-1 now, with 2 outs. That ball popped up, second base, ready to catch it for the 3rd out for the Lions. 1-2-3 inning there for St. Leo's defense, picking themselves back up after the first inning where FGCU was able to score 4 on St. Leo. Score is 4-0 over St. Leo. FGCU in the lead. Moving into the bottom of the 2nd inning here. The top of the 3rd inning. Riley Oakes still in the circle, pitching for the Eagles, catching Neely Peterson, first base Jordan Gendron, second base Hope Hernandez, third base Taylor Filla, shortstop Reedy Davenport. Out on the green, we have Mckenna Batterton. In left field, center field Avery Biancos, in right field Kana Davis. A ball hit to Hope Hernandez, and in time for the first out for the Eagles. That ball able to get that outside corner in the upper zone there of the box for the first pitch strike. Number 33, Cheyenne Walker, the freshman from Inverness, Florida, falling a little bit behind in the count here as Oakes gets 2 strikes early on her. A grounder to third base, Taylor Filla. Throw is in time to Jordan Gendron at first over there for the 2nd out for the FGCU Eagles. Number 16, Kayleese Hooks, the senior from Pinellas Park, Florida. Again, Oakes getting ahead of the count early here and ahead of these batters, putting a lot of pressure on these batters to try and make something happen, getting 2 strikes on them, making them feel a little bit uncomfortable in the box. St. Leo's offense just has to stay confident and adjust slightly, doing really good, fouling these balls off, swinging the bat, and staying active. Watch out to the viewers there. Hope we didn't flinch too much. 2 strikes still on the senior. With 2 outs and nobody on base and 2 strikes, it can feel a little bit discouraging for the batter, but you just have to stay confident and try to make something happen. Get a 2-out rally. Watches that one go by for the first ball. That ball very close in there. 2-2 on the senior, Kaylee's Hooks. Working back the count here, trying to get her confidence to make something happen for the Lions. That ball fouled off, doing a great job staying active and fouling off the balls that are close enough to potentially be called a strike. That ball fouled off again, really working Oaks, taking a lot of pitches here. This is a very good at bat from Kaylee's Hook. She's a senior, so you know she's done this plenty of times before. Working the count all the way back, full count now for Hooks. Oaks trying to stay tight here and hit those spots, trying to break through this batter who keeps fouling off all of these balls, working the count, taking pitches, going at her own pace. This is a great approach from Hooks. As I said, she's a senior, so I'm sure she's been through this plenty of times before. A huge swing there, a big out, a big battle from Hooks. Goes down for the 3rd out for the Eagles. A great battle from the Lions, taking a lot of pitches there, getting used to Oaks pitching, fouling off balls, staying active in the box, and trying to stay confident after getting behind early in the count. Hooks goes down after lots of pitches were taken. I wish someone out there had a count of how many pitches that actually was. I'm sure somebody knows. Scores 4-0, FGCU in the lead over St. Leo. Reedy Davenport coming up to bat for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 3rd. Morgan Shannon still pitching for the Lions. Davenport taking the first pitch strike. Morgan Shannon trying to do what Riley Oaks is doing, which is get ahead in the count early on these batters to make them uncomfortable, make them try and swing at things that are going to be close. Morgan Shannon getting that corner on the outside river there on Reedy Davenport. 2 strikes for the senior. That ball fouled off. Hard swings there from Davenport. Davenport, first at bat in this game, able to hit a runner, Kana Davis, in from second and get herself a double as well. That ball fouled off. 2 strikes still on Reedy Davenport. Davenport still fouling balls off. Last season, named ASUN Defensive Player of the Year, which was the first Eagle to ever earn the award. Had a great junior year last season, despite all the changes going on from the pandemic. Hits that ball over the second baseman in the hole, bouncing before the right field, getting herself a single. Taylor Philla following her up, runners on first. Taylor Philla hitting that ball to the left fielder, able to catch the ball and hold up Reedy Davenport at first base. Jordan Gendron up to bat here for the Eagles with 1 out. Runners on first. Reedy Davenport looking to take 2 bases. Gendron last night, hitting 2 runners in after driving a ball, choking up the left fielder and getting herself a stand-up double. That ball hit to the center fielder, caught. Reedy Davenport making her way back to first. 2 outs now for the Lions. Runners on first still with Neely Peterson up at the plate. Reedy Davenport testing the catcher over there, getting that lead off, trying to draw a throw from the Lions here. That ball fouled out of play. 1-1 for Peterson. That ball going outside. Peterson watching it. 2-1 with 2 outs. Runners on first. Davenport being very confident over there on first. Full count here for Peterson. Morgan Shannon trying to shut these batters down with 2 outs, making sure the Eagles don't score any more runs on them after that first inning. The Eagles were able to break through the pitching, break through the defense, and get those 4 runs. Neely Peterson drawing a walk. Runners on first and second now in scoring position for Riley Oaks. Last at bat, Oaks power slapped it to center field, a really hard line drive, able to drive in a runner. Lions trying to get on the same page here, getting this defense tight. Sometimes after an error or after a walk or anything happens to the defense, you can let your guard down, get a little bit discouraged, and have that weigh on your defense. So the coach right now is trying to pick them up, make sure that they don't get discouraged, and try to just hold their ground, shut this down. They have one more out to get out of this inning. Oaks making a huge impact on her at bat. That ball hit to the second base and in time for the throw for the third out for the Lions, getting out of that inning. Guess that meeting with the coach really did work. They had their defense tight, stayed strong, and got out of that inning from the Eagles. Thank you so much for joining the FGCU live stream. I'm Ariel Fears, your commentator for today. The score is 4-0. FGCU in the lead over the St. Leo Lions. In the first inning, that's where all of the runs were produced. Hope Hernandez stealing second on a missed throw, goes to third, easily sliding in, safe. Kana Davis hitting Hope Hernandez in and getting herself on as well. Following that up, Reedy Davenport hits Kana Davis in. Following that up, Jordan Gendron hits Reedy Davenport in. And following that up, Riley Oaks hits Jordan Gendron in. A whole train following up one another. And that's what it's all about, is picking each other up, following each other, and really feeding off each other's energy. When there's something like that that's so positive, breaking through the pitching, breaking through the defense, it really makes an impact and shows that your teammates have your back. So here in the circle, still Riley Oaks pitching, Hope Hernandez at second base, Reedy Davenport shortstop, Taylor Filla in third, base, and Jordan Gendron at first. Casey Huber actually is taking Jordan Gendron's spot at first. Casey Huber is at first. Mckenna Batterton in left. Avery Viancos in center field, and Kana Davis in right field. Top of the lineup here for the Lions, Jordan Wolf, number 8. That ball hit through the infield. Hope Hernandez not able to get there in time, making herself get a single there. Wolf starting things off for the Lions. Jordan Wolf starting things off. She's a graduate student from Illinois. To follow her up here, Hope Epps, number 6, the freshman from Callahan, Florida. And that's a first pitch strike for Oaks. That bunt is popped up. Riley Oaks catches that ball and throws it caught up in a double play there. Oaks identifying that bunt, popping up, getting that ball in air for the first out, then turning. Runner on first didn't realize that that bunt was popped up and caught. 2 outs now for the Eagles. One and one here for Kendall Crean. Neely Peterson checking with the umpire there. Did she swing? She did not. So that is ball number 2 for Crean. 2 and 1 with 2 outs. Nobody on base. That ball up high. Looks like the Lions are taking a bit of a different approach here. Seeing more pitches, taking those balls. Kendall Crean is a redshirt junior from Tarpon Springs, Florida. That ball hit to shortstop. Reedy Davenport makes the catch for the 3rd out for the Eagles. Here we are to start off with for the Eagles, Mckenna Batterton. Takes ball one there. Batterton seeing these pitches, staying disciplined up there as a junior last season, was on the ASUN All-Academic team, started all 37 games that she appeared in, and batted a .324 on the season. That ball fouled out of play. Last season, she scored 16 runs while hitting 3 doubles, 3 triples, and 11 RBIs, 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. She produced a perfect fielding percentage all in left field. 53 putouts with 2 assists, 9 multi-hit games. Batterton 2-1. Really working the count here, having a great approach, seeing these pitches, staying disciplined, has a really good eye up there. In left field last season, took me under her wing and showed me the ropes. A very, very great teammate, Mckenna Batterton, very positive on the field. Full count. Always picking up her teammates. Batterton has a great approach right now. Working the count. Morgan Shannon getting those pitches back. That ball swung. And a diving catch made from the shortstop. A great track there from the shortstop. Snagging that ball. Just barely got to it, but made that first out for the Lions. Emily Estroff now up to bat. Last night in the circle, striking 4 batters out in a row. That ball hit to the third baseman, and the throw is in time for the second out for the Lions. Hard grounder there from Emily Estroff. Usually making those power slaps. Hope Hernandez following her up here. Trying to pick up her fallen teammates. 2 outs, nobody on. Left fielder diving in there to get that foul ball for the third out for the Lions. Earlier during their fielding practice, they practiced diving. Got to see a little bit of that in action. They were able to practice their diving before the game started, which definitely paid off because they've already had 2 dives just in this one inning here. Score is 4-0 FGCU over St. Leo. Angelina Vanilla now coming in to pitch for the Eagles. Vanilla, the sophomore pitcher for the Eagles. Oh, this ball is hit right to second base. Emily Estroff getting the first out for the Eagles. Very quick out there. First pitch, first out. Vanilla, as a sophomore, last season appeared in 4 games, making 2 starts. Held a 5.25 ERA, going 1 for 1. Her first career win came against FAMU. She tossed 12 innings and struck out 4 batters. Number 3, Alexandra Hare, up to bat here. Goes and lays down that bunt. That bunt, it looks like the umpire is calling that a foul ball. Eagles went ahead and played that ball anyways. That's the way to do it, is finish out the play. Neely Peterson grabbing hold of that bunt, throwing it to first. Casey Huber. One strike now. One and one here after a good run from Alexandra Hare, running that bunt out. Taking time, going at her own pace here, trying to disrupt Vanilla on the circle. Vanilla 3 and 1 here. This ball hit to Emily Estroff, making the throw in time for the second out for the Eagles. A great play there, gets by Vanilla. Emily Estroff picking that up, getting Vanilla's back. That is a way to trust your defense as a pitcher. 2 outs for the Eagles. Number 1, Bailey Williams, now up to bat for the Lions, the senior from Newport Richey, Florida. That ball slapped to Emily Estroff, just missed it. Bailey Williams getting a single for herself, helping herself with 2 outs. Now runners on first for Alyssa Perez. Following up, Bailey Williams. Last season's hitting stats for Alyssa Perez, batted a .253 on the season with 7 RBIs, and her on-base percentage a .279. That ball hit to Emily Estroff. That ball just ricochets. Gets away from Emily Estroff again. However, Oaks picking up that ball, getting in to the cut there. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Here we go. The Eagles have to stay tight here and shake off those hits from St. Leo. You can't get discouraged. You just have to stay tight as a defense. You have to come together, pick each other up, and shake that off and forget about it and get this third out here. A big swing there from number 33, Cheyenne Walker. Looking to make an impact here for the Lions with a runner in scoring position here. A little bit of pressure for the freshman from Inverness, Florida. Has a big job. Lays down the bunt right to Vanilla, and that throw is in time for the third out for the Eagles. Eagles stay strong with that tight defense, making sure the Lions don't get any insurance runs over the Eagles. 4-0, FGCU in the lead. To start things off here in the bottom of the fifth, Kana Davis, a strong hitter for the Eagles. Davis with that very open stand to get that drive on the ball when she steps in, taking the first pitch strike there. Morgan Shannon looking to get ahead of these batters early in the count. Davis now with 2 strikes on her early in the count. That ball fouled off. Caught looking on that outside corner. Low. Davis has to expand that strike zone with 2 strikes on her. Morgan Shannon getting ahead there. Striking Davis out for the first out for the Lions. First pitch strike there for Shannon. Davenport swinging for one, swinging for the fence, and that ball is over the fence. The left fielder tracking that ball all the way back to the warning track. Reedy Davenport, a standalone home run. Score is now 5-0. FGCU in the lead after Davenport gets her standalone home run. Taylor Filla up at the plate looking to follow her up and swing and drive one. That ball driven into the right center gap. Taylor Filla held up there at first base. A nice single there. Runners on one with one out. Casey Huber looking to do some damage for the Eagles here. Taylor Filla getting a pinch runner. Amaya Gaynor now on first base. Casey Huber taking that first pitch strike. Again, Morgan Shannon trying to get ahead of these batters early in the count, just like what Riley Oakes was doing earlier in this game. Getting 2 strikes on the batters, making them uncomfortable, making them swing and rush themselves, changing their approach. Casey Huber fouling one out of play. 2 strikes on the senior. Getting 2 strikes early in the count can make you lose your approach, but you just have to take a step back and pretend like those strikes don't exist. Just have to expand the strike zone. After getting 2 strikes, this umpire is calling those corners after 2 strikes is on these batters. 1 out for the Lions here with runners on first. Casey Huber. Amaya Gaynor diving into second. Safe. Stealing second base there. 1-2 on Casey Huber. Last season, Huber, as a junior, appeared in 28 games, making 9 starts, primarily at first base. She scored 2 runs with 5 hits, 1 double, and 3 RBIs. She had a perfect fielding percentage at first, making 132 putouts, along with 3 assists. That ball will not be in time. That is a pass ball for Casey Huber, sliding into second, getting herself on base, driving in Amaya Gaynor from that grounder to shortstop. Score is 6-0. FGCU in the lead over St. Leo. Neely Peterson up at the plate with runner in scoring position with only 1 out. St. Leo looking to stay tight and try and stop the Eagles from making any more of an impact. And that throw will be in time for the out at first, but not for the out at third. Safe at third, runners on third with 2 outs now. Neely Peterson advances those runners. That one runner, Casey Huber. Looks like Morgan Shannon is trusting her defense. The Lions look very much engaged after FGCU was getting runners on base. Oaks trying to place that bunt down, but goes foul. Two strikes on Oaks, the junior from Oviedo, Florida. In Riley Oaks' first at bat, she drove that ball, power slapped it to center field. There's a huge gap there in right center field. That right fielder is playing very far over. Oaks just has to find a ball to drive there. Instead, drives it into the hole between the shortstop and is safe. Diving back to first, got a little bit of trouble there, but was able to get back safely. Oaks driving in another run. Riley Oaks doing a great job placing that ball right into the hole between third base, shortstop, and left field. That thing drops right in between all three of them. Tries to go for second, but gets a little caught up after advancing the runner home. Able to make it back on first. Runners on first now with 2 outs. Sam Lesky, the freshman from Clearwater, Florida, now up at the plate for the Eagles. Oaks stealing second safely. Runners on 2 now. Scoring position, a little bit of a different approach. Now that the runners are in different position, Sam Lesky has to approach this at-bat different by figuring out where she wants to place this ball. Again, there's a huge gap there between center and right field. Hitting behind that runner. Foul ball there from Sam Lesky. Oaks making it back to second after the catcher for the Lions sees that leadoff. Sees an opportunity, and that's what you just have to do with 2 outs. You just got to go for it and try to get those outs. That ball ripped to the left fielder, caught for the 3rd out for the Lions. Scores 7-0. FGCU in the lead over St. Leo. An eventful inning, scoring 3 runs this inning. Reedy Davenport starting it off with that stand-alone home run. Other players for the Eagles getting those RBIs. St. Leo trying to break through Eagles pitching. Angelina Bonilla still pitching for the Eagles. Number 7, Sierra Ford, the junior from Winter Haven, Florida, the shortstop that made a diving catch in the bottom of the 4th. That ball hit to Bonilla and made the throw in time for the first out for the Eagles. Bonilla getting that pitcher fielding practice in. Now up at the plate, number 10, Caroline Barwick, the freshman from Crawfordville, Florida, trying to pick her fallen teammate down. Umpire checking, did she go? And she draws a ball from that. 1-1 here now after fouling off that ball. Vanilla trying to get ahead of these batters here in the count. You can see Emily Estroff picking up Vanilla, giving her good feedback. Lays down the bunt. Fielded by Taylor Filla, and the throw is in time for the second out for the Eagles. A great bunt defense right there from the Eagles. Taylor Filla charging that bunt. Rachel B., number 24, the senior from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Looks like the Lions are taking a different approach here, switching out their batters and trying to break through this pitching, break through the Eagles' defense, putting some other people in, giving people and players their opportunity to make an impact for the Lions. Two and two now for Vanilla with 2 outs. Nobody on. Full count here for the senior. Rachel Bean's overall ERA from her 3 seasons being at St. Leo, an ERA of 2.47, 11 wins and 6 losses. And caught looking for a strikeout for Vanilla. 3 outs now for the Eagles to end the inning. How about that home run, standalone home run from Reedy Davenport in the bottom of the 5th? And on the other hand, St. Leo's highlights for defense, their bottom of the 2nd, they had a 1-2-3 inning. And in their top of the 3rd, offense, Hooks, taking a bunch of pitches from Oaks, battling at the plate. However, getting the strikeout to end the inning. In the bottom of the 4th, St. Leo had 2 dives in 1 inning, getting those 2 outs. Looks like a new pitcher for the Lions, number 24, Rachel Bean, the senior from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. It's 7-0 FGCU over St. Leo in the bottom of the 6th inning here. Emily Estroff on deck right now, waiting to come up and make an impact here for the Eagles. New pitcher here, so the approach should still be the same as always, just having to adjust to a different pitcher. Sometimes it's always scary to be the one who's going to test out the new pitcher. You're the first one up, testing out the ropes. But if it doesn't work out, or if you get on, you can report back to your teammates how the pitching was, and you can give them a lot of insight from your at-bat alone. Sometimes it's a little bit different from every hitter, lefties especially. Usually the pitchers are going to be pitching differently to slappers and left-handed hitters as opposed to right-handed hitters. So Emily Estroff's at-bat might be different insight for the next person on deck who's a right-handed hitter. That ball gets away for the first ball. Estroff last season as a junior appeared in 29 games, making 33 starts, and batted a .329 on the season with 12 runs and 25 hits, as 2 were doubles along with 1 RBI. She walked 4 times and had 4 multi-hit games. She made 2 appearances in the circle, tossing 2.2 innings and allowed 1 hit and 1 walk. Two and two now for Estroff. Rachel Bean working these pitches back and getting back the count. Estroff, another good teammate, picking up her teammates and really making sure that her teammates follow in her footsteps when she's making those critiques and letting them know if they do anything wrong, if they do any mistakes, or it could be better, as well as taking really good constructive criticism, even from lower class players. Estrop being the first out for the Eagles. Ashley Hayes taking a huge swing there, kill it swing, trying to get on base and picking her pitch she knows she can get on base with. Just trying for a single at minimum to get herself on. Last season as a junior, Ashley Hayes appeared in 32 games, making 2 starts, scored 7 runs, and was the lone hit of the season. Her lone hit of the season was a triple against South Dakota back in March. 1-2 now. Rachel Bean getting ahead early here. Caught looking for the third strike, second out for the Lions. Rachel Bean getting that strikeout for the Lions. Her defense making sure that they give her the credit. As Kana Davis comes up to bat now with 2 outs and nobody on. That ball, a hard grounder to the first baseman there. Plays it cool, plays it off, gets that ball, handles it well, tags the base for the third out for the Lions. Quick inning there for the Eagles. As the score is still 7-0, FGCU in the lead. Allie Hume now pitching for the Eagles. Abby Thomas catching. Taylor Filla still at third base. Emily Estroff at second. Casey Huber at first. In the outfield, we have Mckenna Batterton in left. Avery Viancos in center field. Ashley Hayes in right field. Reedy Davenport making her way to shortstop. And Allie Hume gets that first pitch strike on the outside corner there. Number 15, Deanna Falsigla, the graduate student from the Bronx, New York. Tries to lay down a bunt, fouls that off. Allie Hume getting ahead early in the count here with 2 strikes now. That ball fouled off. Deanna Falsiglia has a overall average of a 162 batting average for her 4 seasons being at St. Leo. Huge swing and a miss there for the first out. A strikeout for Allie Hume. That's going to be 1 out for the Eagles. Number 9, Isabella Andujar, the freshman from Eustis, Florida. That ball right to the center field gap between left field and center field. That ball goes over the fence for a standalone home run. The freshman, Isabella Andujar, getting that home run for herself, helping herself there with 1 out for the Eagles. Score is now 7-1. FGCU in the lead. Great way to get her hands through and adjust to the new pitching Allie Hume has to offer. FGCU pitching staff has a very unique, different approach with every single pitcher. As a freshman, that must feel so amazing to be the only run of the game. And to top it all off, it was achieved by hitting a home run over the center field fence. Number 5, Morgan Shannon, the pitcher earlier in this game for the Eagles. Now up to bat, the sophomore from Claremont, Florida. That ball coming close. Peels off. 2 balls here. That ball bunted, fouled off. You can see the Eagles defense picking up their pitcher after that home run from the freshman. 1 out for the Eagles here, 2-1. And caught looking on that outside corner. Allie Hume getting that strike on the outside corner the first time, knowing the umpire is going to call it, goes there again. And Morgan Shannon caught looking for the second out. A strikeout for Allie Hume. Ali Jakeith, the senior from Frankfort, Illinois, Number 27. 2 outs here for the Eagles. That's going to be ball number 1 for the senior. 1-1 now. That ball hit up to the shortstop. Reedy Davenport makes the catch for the 3rd out for the Eagles. An eventful inning there for St. Leo Lions, getting that standalone home run from the freshman. 7-1, FGCU in the lead. Score is 7-1, FGCU in the lead over St. Leo as we move into the bottom of the 7th. How about that standalone home run from Reedy Davenport in the 5th inning? Following that up, the standalone run for St. Leo has to feel so good to be that freshman being the only run of the game for their team, and on top of that, it being a home run over the center field fence. Being on the corners, right field or left field fence, hitting a home run over there, it's still an accomplishment, but hitting it over the center field, it's a little bit further back, so that must feel amazing for her to get that home run off of an upperclassman pitcher. So she should definitely pat herself on the back there. Reedy Davenport up to bat for the Eagles. As 24, the senior pitcher, Rachel Bean, still in the circle for the Lions. As I mentioned earlier, Reedy Davenport having an amazing junior year, an amazing season last year, despite all of the changes due to the pandemic, all of the changes that she was not used to before. Has a huge swing and a miss there. 1-1. Softball was definitely changed. A lot of the traditions were changed after the pandemic happened. And it's great to have your teammates pick each other up during hard times. Reedy, 2 strikes now. Not really sure what happened there. Looked like a catcher's interference as the catcher goes down. Looks like that swing hit the catcher's hand pretty hard. Hopefully she's okay. Looks like they're talking through it right now, probably asking her some questions. We'll see if she comes back to play behind the plate there. It looks like she's getting up, maybe switching out catchers. She seems to be okay. Doesn't look like it was broken, but I'm sure that definitely hurt a lot there. New catcher here for the Lions. St. Leo trying to regroup after that. There's another obstacle that comes with the sport. Injuries are always bound to happen in this sport, and St. Leo just needs to regroup here. Don't get discouraged, shake that off, and keep moving. As number 25, Taylor Filla, comes up to bat. Runners on first with no outs. Taylor Filla looking to get herself on something that she can hit here, possibly get a single and advance the runner. Pinch runner for Reedy Davenport slides in head first there. Dives to second base, being safe on that steal. Taylor Filla has a lot of experience here, being a senior. That ball bunted, and the throw is in time to get the out at first. Held by the first baseman, not throwing into third there. Runners advance from second to third, 1 out. Taylor Filla doing her job, advancing the runners. With Casey Huber now up at the plate for the Eagles. Big swing there from Huber. Now switching out with Abby Thomas. Now to bat with 2 strikes. Casey Huber striking out with 2 outs now. Abby Thomas now up at the plate. Not switching out for Casey Huber. That's going to be ball 1 for Thomas. That ball popped up from Abby Thomas, leaving runners stranded at third for the third out for the Lions. Allie Hume still in the circle for the Eagles with Abby Thomas catching, Taylor Phil at third, Casey Huber at first, Reedy Davenport at shortstop, Emily Estroff at second, Ashley Hayes in right field, Riley Oakes in center field, and Mckenna Batterton in left field. Starting off strong with the first pitch strike for Allie Hume. Number 13, Emily Pylon, the senior from Shorewood, Illinois. A big swing and a miss there from the senior for the first out for the Eagles. Number 23, Kendall Crean, the redshirt junior from Tarpon Springs, Florida, trying to make a difference. It's actually number 22, Kylie Leotine, the sophomore from Odyssey, Florida. That ball hit to right fielder Ashley Hayes, making the catch for the second out for the Eagles. Riley Oakes doing a great job backing her up there, circling around. It's very important, even on a ball like that that's hit up very direct to the right fielder. It's still important to back up all fields there in case something happens, in case Ashley Hayes out there were to have tripped and dropped the ball. Riley Oakes was there. Number 4, Bailey Young, the freshman from Gallipolis, Ohio. Hopefully I said that correctly. Two outs for the Eagles with nobody on. Bailey Young trying to make an impact here for the Lions. That bunt pops up. Allie Hill misses that, and Bailey Young advances to first, safe. Runner's now on first, getting herself on there, helping herself with two outs. This is how the Lions have been starting things off, getting runners on base with two outs, a two-out rally for the Lions. This time, they're trying to break through the defense. Number 7, Sierra Ford, the junior from Winter Haven, Florida, made that diving catch in the bottom of the 4th at shortstop. Bailey Young with a great lead off at first, getting a strong lead, which is what you have to do to try and trick the catcher sometimes, is just always go the same pace every single time that you lead off so that none of the fielders know that you're actually stealing. That time she got tricked up by Abby Thomas, thought she threw it, dove back. Full count here for Ford. Umpires reconvening. Field umpire fixes the count here. It's actually 2-2. With 2 outs and a runner on first, Sierra Ford trying to make an impact and advance this runner here and get herself on for the Lions. And caught looking for strike 3, the 3rd out for the Eagles. Score is still 7-1, FGCU in the lead over St. Leo with that standalone home run from the freshman in the 7th inning. Moving into the bottom of the 8th here out of this 10-inning game. Rachel Bean still pitching for the Lions here. Looks like that catcher still is out right now from having that catcher's interference. Hopefully she's okay, possibly icing her wrist as we speak. But the Lions move forward, and they were able to shut the Eagles down even after that little mishap. Riley Oakes, the junior from Oviedo, Florida, up at the plate for the Eagles. Pitched earlier in this game, was able to get ahead in the count of the batters, getting 2 strikes on them very early, making their approach change and second guess themselves. Rachel Bean now getting ahead of Oakes in the count with 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grounded to shortstop and makes the play for the first out for the Lions. Mckenna Batterton now up at the plate for the Eagles. Last season, Batterton was second on the team for her batting average. That ball shot over the right fielder's head. Batterton taking second, rounding second, and going for third, sliding in, and is safe at third with a sliding in triple there. A great hit from Batterton last season, a 324, second on the team in batting average. A way to adjust her hands, getting her hands through that ball, shooting that over the right fielder's head. As I mentioned earlier, the teammates feed off of each other's energy, and Batterton starts it off with one out. Emily Estroff, switch hitter here, batting right-handed, looking to drive Batterton into home. That ball outside, picking up speed from Rachel Bean. St. Leo Lions, their defense looking tight now, as Batterton puts pressure by getting herself into scoring position off of 2 pitches, I believe, in that at bat. That ball does make it on the outside corner there for the first strike for Estroff. You can see that Estroff is looking for something to hit, waiting for the pitcher to give her that ball that she is wanting so bad to drive Mckenna Batterton in from third. Looks like she wanted that one but laid off, and is a ball. 3-1 now for Estroff. Huge swing there from Estroff. Full count now. Pressure on Estroff and pressure on Rachel Bean, trying to shut down these batters with a runner in scoring position. Estroff drawing that walk now. Runners on first and third with Kaylin Cole up at the plate. Kaylin Cole, the sophomore, has a big job here with runners on first and third with one out. Rachel Bean shutting down these batters, trying to shut down these batters. Emily Estroff steals second safely. Catcher decides to hold it. Runners on second and third now. Cole with a huge job here, trying to drive in these runners that are in scoring position, looking to drive one to the outfield behind the runners so that they can advance, as well as getting herself on base. Last year, Cole appeared in 8 games and went 2 for 5 with a run scored. Her first collegiate hit was a double against FIU back in February, and she walked 2 times. Caitlin Cole going at her own pace. Looked like something possibly got in the pitcher's eye there. She took a break, took a step off the mound. Caitlin Cole now adjusting, taking her approach here. Ball is getting thrown around from the St. Leo defense as they have immense pressure with runners in scoring position with only 1 out. 2-1 for Cole. A great hold there from Cole with a lot of pressure on her. 3-1. Cole has to be very smart, picking a pitch that she knows that she's able to get a hold of and drive it where she wants it to go, advancing the runners and make an impact for the Eagles here. Draws a walk, bases loaded now. A great at bat for Cole. Really working the count there and taking those pitches. St. Leo defense reconvening with each other, trying to pick each other up and stop the bleeding with only 1 out. Kana Davis up to bat with bases loaded. A couple games ago, she cleaned up those bases, getting herself a home run. A power hitter for the Eagles, Rachel Bean, trying to shut down these batters and trust her defense. She's trying to trust her defense to execute these outs for her so she doesn't have to work as hard throwing that arm. Here we can see, as I've said before, Kana Davis with that very wide open stance. I always wondered what the science behind that was, with how much drive that brings to her swing. And it's all about the timing. She times that perfectly. That ball hit through the pitcher, driving in 1 run. Bases still loaded. Reedy Davenport making her way up at the plate here for the Eagles. Mckenna Batterton getting that run. Reedy Davenport, a great on-deck player there. You're always in the game. She was able to make sure that Mckenna Batterton, running in from third, was able to know she should stand up or slide where the ball was. Reedy Davenport directing her. Coach here is having a bit of a meeting with the infield, giving them the pep talk that they need to get out of this inning. Last time that they made a meeting there with the coach, they ended up executing the outs and getting out of the inning right after that. So we'll see what happens here once we resume play. Mckenna Davis getting a pinch runner. It looks like Riley Toplift coming in. Reedy Davenport has a very hot bat. Definitely eligible to be a cleanup hitter for these bases that are loaded right now. Takes ball one here. Davenport always has a lot of confidence. One of the things I love about watching her play is that she treats it like it's practice, because she treats practice like it's a game. So she's always ready when she's needed. That ball foul. Davenport always playing like it's a game at practice. So she's always ready for this moment, always ready for the pressure. She always looks like she's making it look so easy. Has so much confidence. Has gained a lot of power just in the fall here. 1-1 for the senior with one out and bases loaded. That ball popped up. Second baseman makes the catch for the second out for the Lions. That's exactly what they needed. Lions having a little bit of pressure off of their shoulders from that second out. Now they just need a forced play for the third out. Taylor Filla up at the plate. That ball hit foul. Very close to that line there. Had that gone fair, would have driven in at least one runner and got Taylor Filla safely on base. Two strikes here for Taylor Filla. Rachel Bean getting ahead early in the count here with those two foul balls. Now the Lions have a lot less pressure with 2 outs, 2 strikes. Bases are still loaded though with Taylor Filla staying confident up there. Taking a swing. Third baseman gets the out at first for 3 outs. Exactly what the Lions needed to stay strong. After that coach had the meeting with the infield, they were able to execute those outs, and the pitcher was able to trust her defense there. 7-1 FGCU being held up by the Lions, not making as much as an impact as they wish they would have made. But the Lions staying strong, having a good defense there. Allie Hume still in the circle with Abby Thomas catching. Looks like in the green we have Mckenna Batterton in left field, Riley Oaks in center field, Kaylin Cole in right field, Allie Hume in the circle, Abby Thomas catching, Riley Toplift at third, Reedy Davenport shortstop, Emily Estroff second, and Casey Huber at first. The Lions switching out a lot of their players, switching up their lineup here to try and make a different approach for the Lions to get an impact, get some runners on base, and get some runs scored. Number 10, Caroline Barwick, the freshman from Crawfordville, Florida. Looking to get on here with a pitch that she knows she can drive. Laying down that bunt, third baseman Riley Topliff scoops that right up, calls off the pitcher, as she should, take control of the field there and gets the out at first. Great bunt defense. Riley Topliff on top of it in a perfect throw in line right at the chest for Casey Huber to easily grab one out now for the Eagles. Number 24, the pitcher Rachel Bean, fouling off there. It's always nice when you can have a pitcher field and a pitcher hitting as well. Triple threat. Eagles defense having a little bit of a meeting there, getting on the same page. Always good to communicate with each other and know what each other is doing. Looks like Hume got that outside corner there on Rachel Bean. Possibly gonna go in that spot again. Doesn't come inside and jammed Rachel Bean. Two and two. Rachel Bean working the count here, trying to get back after Allie Hume got ahead of her in the count. That ball gets through. Scooped up by Kaylin Cole. A single for Bean. Huge swing there from Kayla Betts, the junior from Leesburg, Florida. That ball had some movement there, getting that second strike on Betts. Runners at first with one out. And out at second, attempted to steal there. Reed Davenport ready for that throw from Abby Thomas, right on line there for the second out for the Eagles. Great job from Abby Thomas. Two and two on the junior. Full count now. That ball missing that inside corner a little bit too inside for the umpire to call that one. 2 outs with full count. Pressure on both the batter and the pitcher. Fouled off. Kayla Betts trying to get herself on here and help herself. As I said earlier, the Lions are very good at doing those 2-out rallies, getting runners on. That ball is jammed inside and went foul there. New life for Betts. And Betts draws a walk and gets on first, starting it off for the Lions with 2 outs. Number 9, Isabella Andujar, the freshman from Eustis, Florida, the only one to get a run for the Lions this game with her standalone home run against Allie Hume. A check swing there from Isabella Andujar. Allie Hume trying to get ahead of her in this count, changing her approach with runners on first. 2 outs. And she does get ahead early in the count here. 2 strikes now with no balls on Andujar. A huge swing and a miss there from Isabella Andujar. Allie Hume striking her out for the 3rd out for the FGCU Eagles. Moving into the bottom of the ninth inning here, FGCU versus St. Leo. FGCU 7 and St. Leo 1. St. Leo having that one standalone home run from the freshman in the 7th inning. Reedy Davenport having her standalone home run in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jordan Gendron now up at the plate for the Eagles. So far in this fall season has been having a pretty hot bat, getting her hands to the ball really well and driving it into the outfield, into those gaps. Gendron has been a very clutch hitter so far. 1 ball. Score is actually 8-1, FGCU in the lead. Huge swing there from Gendron to the left fielder. Caught for the first out for the Lions. Abby Thomas looking to pick up her fallen teammate and get herself on. Abby Thomas, the junior from Fort Myers, Florida, as a sophomore last season, appeared in 30 games, making 26 starts behind the plate. She batted a .231 with 15 hits, 5 of them being doubles, and 8 RBIs. She scored 2 runs, walked 11 times, and had 1 multi-hit game where she produced a season-best 2 hits, 1 double, against FAMU back in February. She has a .973 fielding percentage, producing 98 putouts and 10 assists on the season. Here we go, 1-1 on the junior. A dead ball. Abby Thomas getting on base. That's the way to do it. Megan Ricks following her up now. Runner on first with 1 out. The sophomore from Tallahassee, Florida, last season as a freshman appeared in 15 games, making 11 starts, mostly as a DP. She was injured most of the time during the season, had a shoulder surgery, now is back and better than ever healed, able to play in the games now. Last season, I know she was waiting for her chance to get the opportunity to finally play after the injury, sitting on the sidelines and retaining all of the information that she was able to watch and be told from her teammates as well as the coach, watching the practices and patiently waiting for her turn to get in the lineup. And here she is, 2 strikes, 1 out, runners on first. Catcher asking for assistance, making sure that Ricks didn't swing on that one. She was called safe on that one. 1-2 for Ricks. Looks like the umpire held up 2-1 for Ricks instead, but I'm not exactly sure what the count is now from the mix-up, but I guess it's 1-2 now. Umpire's a little bit confusing. Megan Ricks fouling off, almost caught by the third baseman, tracking that ball all the way to the wall. New life for Ricks. Looks like the count is 1-2. That ball grounded to second baseman there. Advancing Abby Thomas to second base. Looks like Abby Thomas is getting a pinch runner. Mckenna Batterton up at the plate for the Eagles with 2 outs, runners on second in scoring position. That ball outside, but called a strike on Batterton. Rachel Bean knows the umpire is calling that spot, does a great job of hitting that spot again, getting 2 strikes early in the count on Mckenna Batterton with 2 outs. Tries to hit that spot again. Batterton recognizes that it's a little bit further out than the first one and the second one. Takes that ball 1-2 now for the senior. Rachel Bean potentially going to go inside on this, trying to jam her up. Happens, she gets hit by the ball. Looks like that one hurt right in the kneecap. That one was a little bit predictable. You could see that she was going outside on all 3 of those. Gets those pitches called for her to get those 2 strikes. Then to try and jam Batterton up, goes inside there, but just misses the spot and ends up hitting Batterton, advancing the runner to first. Runners on first and second now. Emily Estroff. Let's see her approach here at the plate. First pitch strike for Rachel Bean. That ball hit to the right fielder. Not able to make the catch. Pinch runner Lillian Wilkerson sliding into home. A little bit rough there on the impact. Runners now on second and third scoring position with 2 outs. Estroff doing a great job hitting that ball over the second baseman to drive in that runner from second, getting herself a double. Kaylin Cole up to the plate, drew a walk on her last at bat with bases loaded. Rachel Bean going inside and getting that strike, 1-1. Kaylin Cole hitting that ball to the left field. Getting caught for the third out for the Lions. Lions staying strong after FGCU scored 1 run on them this inning. Emily Estroff making her way into the circle, pitching for the Eagles this inning. Moving to the top of the 10th, Reedy Davenport. At shortstop, Hope Hernandez, second base. Taylor Filla at third. Jordan Gendron at first. And in the green, we have Mckenna Batterton in left field. Riley Oakes in center field. And Kaylin Cole in right field. Looks like that's Riley Topliff in right field. Morgan Shannon, the sophomore from Claremont, Florida, up at the plate for the Lions, was pitching earlier in this game. Fouls that one off. New life there for Morgan Shannon. Slapper for the Lions has a very open stance as well. Morgan Shannon slapping. It has an open stance, making sure that she doesn't trip over her feet there, because as a slapper, sometimes if your stance is just not wide enough, you can trip over your own feet in the box. That ball going straight to center field, dropping there for a single for Morgan Shannon, starting it off for the Lions. Ali Jakeith now up to bat, the senior from Frankfort, Illinois. Eagles having a bit of pressure here, laying their guard down. No outs here for the Eagles defense. Looks like that bunt defense there got away. Jordan Gendron not able to catch that throw from the third baseman. Talifila, after fielding that bunt, gets past Jordan Gendron at first and Riley Topliff in right, holding up the runner at third. Runners go all the way around the bases there, only scoring one runner. Runners now on first and third. Pressure on the Eagles defense. Kylie Leotine, the sophomore from Odyssey, Florida, with a very open stance to drive that ball into the outfield with a lot of power there. One and one for the sophomore. Runners on second and third now. In scoring position, no outs. Emily Estroff not able to get that outside corner called for her. 2-1 now for the sophomore. Kylie Leotine has a big job here trying to score these runners and make an impact for the Lions in the 10th inning. Fouls that ball out of play. 2-2 now for the sophomore, getting more pressure on her. In this situation, as a sophomore with experience from high school and one season in college, it's really important to understand that sometimes less is more. And when you try to be a hero and score all of these runs in, it can really get in your head and mess up your approach. So in this situation, Kylie Leotine should probably just go for that single and get herself on, but instead she strikes out there for the first out for the Eagles. Runners on second and third. Kylie Leotine did a great job looking at those pitches, taking those pitches and working the count. Just couldn't get through. Emily Estroff putting so much pressure on the sophomore. Number 4, Bailey Young, up at the plate, a freshman with a lot of pressure on her. A big job here. Slap hitter. Looks like she's trying to power slap that ball out of the infield. 1-1 here now with one out. Runners on second and third, scoring position. Huge job for the freshman to try and bring in a runner and get herself on base as well. Lays down that bunt. Emily Estroff dives for that. Misses it, gets away a little bit. Hope Hernandez now stands with the ball. That bunt drives in a runner. Bailey Young getting herself on first base. Runners now on first and third. St. Leo getting some runs in there in the 10th inning. 3 now on the scoreboard for the Lions. In this situation, I think that the Eagles should probably reconvene with each other and take a little bit of a break, take a step back, readjust, resettle in, get each other on the same page and stop the bleeding, as there's only one out for the Eagles, and the Lions are breaking through this defense here. Runners on first and third. That ball goes outside. 2-1. Sierra Ford up to bat. The junior from Winter Haven, Florida, made a diving catch in the bottom of the fourth. Was the second dive of that inning for the Lions to get 2 outs with 2 dives. Very impressive. I did see them practicing their diving before the game started. That was kind of like their warm-up, which it did pay off. That ball gets in there for strike 2 with 2-2 now on the junior. Runners on first and third. Lions putting some pressure on the Eagles. It's so evident the impact that one misplay, one error has on the defense. Full count here for the junior. After that bunt defense was misplayed, one after another, the Lions scored 3 runs, 2 in this inning. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. A huge out for Estroff to strike out Sierra Ford, the junior from Winter Haven, Florida. Now 2 outs for the Eagles defense. Runners on first and third, scoring position. Lions putting some pressure on the Eagles here. Let's see what Caroline Barwick, the freshman, can do at this at-bat. Take strike 1 for the first pitch. Estroff taking that outside corner, getting that spot called for her. It's working in her favor. She knows the umpire is calling that spot and keeps going there to get ahead of Caroline Barwick in this count here. Tries to go for it again and make Barwick chase. A very good idea from Estroff. Barwick doesn't go for it. Good eye. Stays disciplined. Keeps her approach in mind. Standing very far back in the box here as a slapper. A swing and a miss. Huge out for Estroff. 2 back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. And that's game for this 10-inning game. FGCU versus St. Leo. Very eventful inning. The Lions did not give up in that 10th inning. Instead, they fought back and scored 3 runs against the Eagles, putting immense pressure on the defense after a misfielded bunt defense. Some highlights from St. Leo's defense. They had a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the second, and in the top of the third, Hooks taking a bunch of pitches from Riley Oakes, able to have an amazing at-bat, but goes down. Having that strikeout, Oakes still fighting against Hooks in that top of the third inning. Then in the bottom of the fourth, St. Leo had 2 dives on their defense, making 2 outs against the Eagles. And their standalone home run by the freshman in the 7th inning Some highlights from the Eagles. The first inning, super eventful. Hope Hernandez getting herself on base, then stealing second. A missed throw from the catcher and a miscommunication from the shortstop. That ball gets away. Hope able to steal third. After that, Kana Davis hits Hope Hernandez in after she's on third, getting herself on second. And then after that, Reedy Davenport, following her up, hits Kana Davis in. Jordan Gendron, following that trail, hitting Reedy Davenport into home as well. And Riley Oakes power slapping it to center field, getting Reedy Davenport in. A whole train, teammates feeding off of each other and positive energy, Eagles picking each other up. You can see the support on the field the entire time. And how about that home run from Reedy Davenport? A standalone home run. And in the seventh, Mckenna Batterton with that triple and bases loaded. Eagles picking each other up the entire time, having a great offensive strategy as well as a tight defense, except for in the seventh inning when the Lions were able to break through. Thank you so much for joining the live stream today. My name is Ariel Fears. I hope you enjoyed the commentating and the play-by-play. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day and goodbye.